What will the world look like 50 years from now? Will your children be able to enjoy the beautiful blue skies and clear waters you did as a child? Or will they more likely have asthma as a result of air pollution and never see the stars at night because of light pollution? This is the reality we are facing. So how do we stop it? By allowing conventional Chinese vehicles to enter the American market, this future is inevitable.
Congressman!
JR!
How are you?
Good.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think that electric cars could help fix climate change?
Electric cars. Climate change and global warming has been an issue we're working on for a very, very long time. And it's something that is very, very important to the future of this country. It's one of the most pressing issues at the time. I think it's something we need to continue to work on in Washington.
So, how often do you drive?
I drive all the time. I mean, even if I'm just going like 5 houses down, I still take my car.
Would you ever consider buying an electric car?
Oh, no, never an electric car. I mean, I actually want to be able to accelerate, and that's not.
What are your feelings on climate change?
I certainly think it is one of the most pressing issues in politics today. I think that we all need to focus on recycling, reusing. We need to, when you don't recycle that soda can container, dolphins can get that stuck and they die.
Dolphins.
Yeah, we've seen polar bears dying because the ice caps are melting.
Okay.
Penguins are dying because of climate change. So clearly it is not only affecting us, but our animal friends.
So, Mrs. Professor Doctor, what do regular cars emit?
Regular cars emit things like hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, which contribute greatly to greenhouse gases, which are causing global climate change.
And electric cars?
Electric cars have zero emissions, which means they do not emit any of those bad things.
But aren't electric cars a lot more expensive than regular cars?
When they're made in America, yes, they are. They're a lot more expensive. However, if these cars are made in China and brought to America, they'll be cheaper because China has all of the resources to make electric cars.
From these interviews, we've gathered that the American public is in much need of education on the benefits of electric cars and how they can affect global climate change. We would now like to provide you with some insight and some facts about the benefits of electric cars and how they can positively decrease global climate change.
Chinese cars should only be allowed into the U.S. market if they are electric. 60% of carbon monoxide emissions in the United States come from cars. The majority of these emissions come from personal cars, which are the biggest contributors to greenhouse gases. We can no longer deny the harmful effects car emissions have on the environment, and we must take immediate action to prevent any more greenhouse gases from entering the atmosphere. If every American left their cars in the garage for just one day, they could keep over 1 pound of pollution from entering the atmosphere. If every family drove electric vehicles, we could substantially stop the flow of these harmful gases. So if the Chinese market can provide the cheap, competitive electric vehicles the world so desperately needs, why should we stop them?
Cars emit a dangerous combination of toxic substances that are detrimental to human health and the environment. Carbon dioxide and an unsafe combination of particulates are just a few things coming out of your tailpipe. For instance, carbon dioxide is the principal driver of climate change today. While it is not dangerous at normal atmospheric levels, excessive inhalation of CO2 can cause asphyxiation, kidney damage, and coma. Particulates are what make up smog, which causes decreased lung function, aggravated asthma, and chronic bronchitis. Less emissions equals less pollution equals a healthier future. This can be made possible because
Cheap Chinese-made electric cars in the American automobile market is a realistic way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and increase energy efficiency in the U.S. In addition, the Chinese have already taken steps to make non-electric cars better for the environment. By 2015, their fuel economy standard will be 42.2 miles per gallon, while the United States will only be 35.5. The U.S. should team up with China and create similar standards.
Electric cars are the answer. They're environmentally friendly, emitting no pollutants to harm our precious environment. The electricity can come from so many different sources and provides for a quiet, smooth operation while requiring less maintenance than regular vehicles. They'll even run from 100 to 200 miles before a recharge is needed. Again, Chinese cars should only be allowed into the U.S. market if they are electric cars, because electric cars are the future, a future we need to begin investing in now, starting with Chinese car imports.